It doesn't matter whether you're a pro athlete or just a beginner, because functional training is for everyone. Hi, I'm Veronica with WatchMojo.com, and today the team at XFit have a workout that will tone, tighten, and sculpt the entire body. So can you tell us, what is functional training?
The main concepts of functional training involve moving the body and controlling one's body while moving in different directions and in different planes.
What are the components of a functional exercise program?
There's the aspect of support versus more or less. There's also stability, more or less, meaning are you on something solid or are you on something shaky, as well as there is a complexity or intricacy. Some exercises may have one movement or one direction to work in, whereas other exercises may have more than one movement or direction, maybe two limbs doing something opposing or different.
Now, is this specific for athletes, or anyone can do this type of training?
It's the type of training that applies to anyone across the board.
Well, thank you very much. Do you think you can show us some of the moves now?
Yes, certainly. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, so the first move that we'll do is to have Deb go lying on a ball and perform core work in a rotation direction. So this is a stage 1 or level 1, focusing on doing rotation of the body. You can add a resistance to between her hands. You can also change the speed of the ball in the lowering phase and the rising phase. You can also focus on acceleration and stopping right at the top. Next step is going to be having Deb go to the cable stack and perform exercises for the core in a rotation direction with added elements to make it more difficult. She's taking the support all on her own, so she has to control her body through the moving in rotation. Here is a single plane rotating sideways. We're going to add more movement to make it be a little more challenging. So Deb just doing a shift towards the source and then shift away from the source. So now we have two movements happening at the same time. There's a shift and there's a rotation. Make another adjustment, bringing the source a bit lower. And now we're going to add another direction of movement to make it one step higher still. She's going to start low and close to the source and finish high and away. So she has the shift, she has the rotate, plus she has a movement from low to high. Now we'll go over and get some push-ups going on. We'll have Deb go from an easier to more difficult and getting even more difficult after that. So here she's supporting her own body weight, but through her knees. Shorter body height makes it less difficult than if she's on her toes. Push-up from toes, more difficult. Push-ups do work the pushing muscles of the body, which are chest, front shoulders, triceps. But there's also a lot of stabilizing that has to go on in the shoulders, in the core as well. Alternating 1 foot at a time push-up. She goes down and up with 1 foot in the air, switches down and up with another foot in the air. So this does create difficulty. Now she's less stable. Think of it as a table that only has 3 legs. That table is a little more wobbly, so she's got to use the stabilizer muscles of her whole body to keep the form accurate and good. So here now adding difficulty of resistance to the push-up to make it a little more difficult. And now we can add another level to the exercise to make it more difficult and add another upper body component, which would be a one-arm pull. She's pulling a rope with a weight attached to the end. She has the difficulty of stabilizing now with only one hand and rowing with the other. So there you have it, a few examples of functional training. One for performing exercises, core in a rotation direction, and one for performing push-up with core stabilizing and helping.